What a busy week this week has been. If you've been following me, you know that I've been in Sao Paulo, Brazil. In fact, I'm in my cab right now getting to the airport. This week I met lots of customers, partners, and analysts. I could start thanking the team and all those who I met throughout this fantastic week, but it would seriously occupy the entire length of this update. So just to give you an idea, close to 5,000 people attended my keynote at NeoWay conference this week. This is Brazil's largest data, AI, and analytics conference, and that's just one of the many moments of this fantastic week. So we talked about data, of course, we talked about AI and analytics, but a concept I'm going to drill into today a little bit more is this idea of data products. Why data products? What are data products? Well, in my mind, they are the ultimate artifact of a data-driven company. If you think about it, we've been talking about being data-driven for many, many years, but how do you know that you're data-driven? Yes, your culture, yes, your habits, yes, your team, all of that is important, but what is the ultimate artifact, the ultimate output of being a data-driven organization? It's the ability to output data products. And I've talked about this in previous videos when we talk about the evolution of customer journeys from ocean to mesh to data product, with the mesh not being the destination, but being a way to provide organizational structure around your intelligent and technical architecture so you'd finally output these data products. And the problem is, up until now, there really hasn't been a simple way to follow, or popular way, if you will, to break down the components that are required to repeatedly build these data products. Well, my friend, this week, I found this, and I found it here in Brazil. I'm referring to the data canvas that Leandro at InBev has built for us. I built and I shared his work this week on LinkedIn, and you all reacted en masse to this fantastic piece of work. The post, in fact, as of this recording, has over 1,100 likes. And so if you haven't caught it yet on my profile, make sure that you take a look at it here. I'll put a link for you. But just to break it down real quick, he looks at 10 important dimensions of what it means to build a data product, and he puts them under 3 key domain areas. Product vision. What's your product vision around the problem you're solving for, around the solution, the data, and the thesis you have around it? What's your strategy that's mapping to your actors, your actions, your KPIs? And what is your business vision that's mapping now to values, risks, performance, and impact of your data product? So if you have time for one thing this week, I will say go take a look at that post. And again, I'll put it down here so you can take a look at it. But the coolest part of this story is not just the data canvas itself, is the fact that I did not know Leandro before this week. Eve, a friend of ours who's based in Europe, exposed me to his work via LinkedIn, sent it to me, and I posted it, of course, saw the reaction. I reached out to Leandro knowing that he's going to be here in Brazil. He's based in Brazil, and so knowing that I could meet him in person, we spent some time together. He took me through his work, his experience, his passion for data and analytics. It was a fantastic meeting, and you're bound to hear more about this because he's actually going to be at a next CDO conference here in a couple of weeks. I'll also post to make sure that you know about that conference. So I'll be posting more about this, but in the meantime, Muito Obrigado to all of you in Brazil. I can't wait to come back here and of course see you, many of you online. Have a great week. I'll see you next week.